Kiss inspired Metallica, Anthrax, Megadeth, Pantera, Dimebag had a literal Ace Frehley tattoo and was buried in a Kiss casket. They inspired Bathory, who even made a cover of Deuce. I've watched the whole video. Not that it matters, since all you do is ramble without the slightest bit of thought or intelligence put into it, but I did. Kiss deserve their spot as a top-tier ranked band. You're just completely tasteless. I always hated this fucking argument. This thing is influential, therefore you have to like it. Or at the very least, this thing is influential, so therefore you cannot shit-talk it. Either argument is just fucking bullshit. Okay, yeah, Kiss was an inspiration for several bands that came after them. What the fuck is your point? I don't have to like them. I can respect their influence, and I do, but I still do not like the band. This even applies to some bands that I personally enjoy. Like, for example, I love the Beatles' later period music, but a lot of the stuff they made before Revolver, yeah, not my thing. But simultaneously, I can understand and respect the influence that the Beatles' earlier music had on the music industry. I just don't have to like it. And plus, if all you have to say in response is this band influenced other bands that came after and built upon and improved what this band introduced, that's kind of a concession that the band you're defending isn't very good. But yeah, anyways. This comment, well, stupid of course, didn't exactly start this video off with a bang. I wonder if there's any other music-related comment I've received recently that is 10 times more vitriolic than this one, and way more funny. Oh yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Fuck you, poor taste of music. You don't even have a life. At least imagine Drayhan has a life, and not spend their life on just you, Rube, complaining about their shit life. Fuck off and go to some other poor music hit like your mom. I don't know about you, but what I love about this comment is this person talks about Imagine Dragons like it's just a singular person. At least Imagine Dragon has a life and doesn't spend their life complaining on YouTube. Oh, wait, I mean, at least Imagine Drayhan has a life and doesn't spend their life complaining on you, Rube. But I will give this person some credit. The part of the comment that says, some other poor music hit like your mom actually did get a chuckle out of me. Sorry, Mom. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. Seriously, these comments left under this video are disgusting. I'm not saying you can't express your opinions and whatnot, but there are some lines you just don't cross. The fact that anyone could ever quote-unquote hate a baby or a toddler is downright disturbing. And also, not all babies and toddlers are like that, you know. Please do us all a favor and keep this to yourself. There are some things you just don't express out loud. But you just said earlier in your comment, you're not saying that I can't express my opinions, but okay. Also, I find it insulting that you felt the need to make an 8.5-minute rant on why you hate babies and toddlers. Also, when are you gonna realize that crying and screaming is something that babies and kids naturally do? Get over it, and also you're going to see kids, babies, toddlers everywhere you go. You're just sad and miserable. Also, do something about the comments under this video because you're giving people the idea that it's okay to harm kids. That's what half of the comment section is saying. It's disturbing. This just makes me furious. Again, kids, babies, and toddlers are gonna be everywhere you go. You're gonna have to learn to get used to that, dude. That's the truth. It's a sad truth for some, but it's the truth. Cope, seethe, rage. Like, I don't know what else to say to this person in regards to how furious I made them over my opinion on babies and kids aside from tough shit. But there are some other parts of this comment that I really want to hone in on, especially this part where they say that half of the comment section are people saying they want to harm kids and that I give people the idea that it's okay to harm kids. I'm not gonna lie, I've had whack jobs in the comment section under my kids and babies rant before, and I've done purges in that comment section before. It's not something that I'm completely oblivious of, or even something that I encourage. I made a video some time ago expressing my disgust for quite a few people in that comment section, and I removed comments left by people who explicitly said that they wish to harm children. So I don't like the idea that I facilitate these types of people because I don't. I don't tolerate these types of people in my comment section. But I'm sorry, I'm not going to police this comment section 24/7 because there are over 800 comments under that video. I don't have the time to look at every single comment, to look at every single reply to other comments because there are just simply too many. I even left a reply asking this person to point me to the more egregious comments they saw so I can remove them and block the people who left them, but that was ignored. And trust me, anyone in that comment section expressing their desire to harm children were certainly fuck fucked in the head long before they came across my video. So please, stop with this bullshit that I am supposedly planting the seed into other people's heads that it's okay to harm children, because all I did in reality was make a rant about how children annoy me. Nothing more, nothing less. So yeah, I don't like kids, babies, toddlers, what have you. If that makes you so furious for whatever fucking reason, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I like this part of the comment. When you're gonna realize that crying and screaming is something babies and kids naturally do? I do realize that is something kids and babies naturally do, and that's why I don't like them very much. Farts naturally smell bad, and therefore I don't like farts, and the same logic is applied to my distaste for kids and babies. But yeah, anyways, this person has left several comments on other videos of mine, some that are even years old, pearl clutching. One comment even said that I need to go and touch grass, which, guess what, buddy? I already touched grass. Go look at my channel trailer for 100% concrete proof that I have indeed touched grass. Yeah, sure, it was a traumatic experience, but you said touch grass. You never said anything about liking it, so ha! If it is too expensive for you, then shut up and wait later, when there is more game into the N64 library, so it is worth the price to you. You are not forced into the expansion pack. If you want to continue playing online, with everyone complaining like this, Nintendo should change their mind and force everyone into the expansion pack, just to keep playing online and modern game. That way, they would be a real reason to complain about. You are also unaware that you are breaking YouTube policy by making a company look bad, and look worse than they are actually. Just because you want stuff handed to you for free, the real world does not work like this. If you were handed something for free from a random guy in the street, it is a scam, because nothing is free. Don't crack open a fucking dictionary, holy shit. If you want something for free and steal a game after you get caught by cops, good luck in jail. Warning, if anyone else but Mikey reply to this comment just to troll and insult my opinion, you will be ignored and muted. The same goes for you, Mikey, because I'm getting tired for getting cyberbullied for my opinion. I really do not know what to say to this comment besides cope. See the rage. Kinda like the last comment. I don't know when the fuck I said in my video that I wanted Nintendo to hand all these old games to me for free. Would be much preferable to what they're doing, sure, but obviously I never expected Nintendo to do that, so therefore I never made that point in my video. Also, I'd like to see where the fuck in YouTube's guidelines is it stated that you're not allowed to critique a company. Unless someone proves to me that this is a rule that exists that I broke, even though my video that this is commented under is still up over 6 months later, I'm going to assume your source for that claim was pulled straight out of your ass. And I just wonder, what the fuck is the gain to bending like a pretzel for this for a fucking corporation that does not give two shits about you? Nintendo is not your friend. Hell, they don't even respect you as a fan. They spit on their fan base constantly. Yet there are people like this who come out to the defense of Nintendo all the fucking time. Every time they make a disastrous decision, there is always someone like this defending them to the death. And I don't get it whatsoever. I wish in general that people would stop defending corporations that don't give a fuck about them like they're a close friend, because it's absolutely pathetic. I know actual trans people, both male to female and female to male, and I've spoken to one of them about this. Chris Chan is a man. This was all a publicity stunt to get alphabet support. Coming out as trans has pretty much been the modern day equivalent of finding God, in which no matter how bad a person is, they get support for being brave. Both CWC and Drunken Punk 800, I have no clue who the fuck the other person is, conveniently came out as trans after they were pretty much laughed off the internet. I use proper pronouns for people who deserve it, but Chris Chan doesn't deserve that respect. Save your respect for those who actually deserve it. And here's my question to you. What the fuck does a person's identity have to do with the horrible actions they have committed? Because to me, those are two completely separate things. Me using Chris Chan's proper pronouns, she, her, is by no means an endorsement of what she did. I think she is a disgusting, deplorable human being, but her identity has no bearing in the crime she has committed, so therefore, I respect her pronouns. This is what the fuck I hate about these kinds of people. They say, I respect the trans community, but I only respect the pronouns pronoun to people who deserve it. I'm sorry, but it just doesn't fucking work that way. You can talk to as many token trans people as you want. It's not going to change my mind on this. This is not a hard concept to grasp at all. If a trans person does something horrible, their identity and pronouns they prefer are completely independent from the crime they committed. We don't go out of our way to disrespect cis people like this when they do something similarly awful. Comments like this say to me that you only support trans people when it's convenient to you, and you don't actually give a fuck about them. And people like this do not actually care about the crime that was committed, but instead they use stories like this to dunk on the trans community some more, and that's all they really care about. Then stop complaining when someone dresses up as an Indian or wears a Chinese dress to prom. You call that cultural appropriation. We call it the same when done, pose or not, or wears our stuff. Okay, are we really comparing white people wearing outfits that perpetuate harmful stereotypes surrounding marginalized groups of people to people who are not fans of a certain band wearing said band's merchandise? If the difference between the two is not clear to you, then I'm sorry, there's something not functioning right in your head. But goddamn, you people really want to feel like the victim because, oh no, someone who is not into a band is wearing said band's t-shirt. Like, get the fuck over it, you crybabies. This pretentious, elitist, gatekeepy bullshit is why I hate a lot of the music community. More specifically, the rock community, because it seems to be the most prevalent within the rock community. It's shit like this that makes me feel embarrassed to say I'm a classic rock fan, because a lot of young people who are into classic rock are just like this. Because I don't want to be lumped in with pretentious assholes like this person. If you want to know just how toxic the music community can be, or more specifically the rock community, look at my band t-shirts comment section. Ugh, genuinely one of the worst comment sections under any of my videos. Dude, you barely even edit your videos. You just use a single image or text on a background, and then you rant about stupid shit nobody cares about and nobody watches. Though I think it'd be fucking hilarious to see you buy a $200 or more editor just to do these shitty one image or text video rants that you do. LOL. I don't know, you seem pretty worked up over someone who is supposedly so irrelevant and doesn't matter in the least bit. But here's the real doozy with this comment. This was left on a 6-year-old video that was uploaded onto my second channel, hence why it took me a year to discover this comment. I just find it really funny. You're getting so worked up over a video that is 6 fucking years old. I have long since changed my editor. After I used that shitty iMovie editor on my phone, I changed to some other editor. What was it called? Q-Cut. Now I'm back to iMovie ever since I got this MacBook. And let me tell you, it is so much better than the iMovie that's on the iPhone. God, I don't miss those days whatsoever. I don't even know if it's gotten any better. I haven't used it in years. But all in all, stay mad. You viewed my shitty content, so that's all that makes me happy. No, he wasn't. They're just stranded give allegations. He is a good man, unlike you. I will report you to Nintendo, and then I'll get your Switch banned. I will give you false allegations, and then your Switch will go bye-bye. You can access internet content has been restricted by Nintendo. Ha ha, idiots. This was under my video talking about Original Blood Ace getting arrested for child pornography possession, and I know. Obvious troll is obvious, but it's not the content of the comment that I want to discuss here, but rather all of these people who still give a fuck about OBA after all this time. Now look, I get it. It's fun to clown on the guy every once in a while. He had awful, over-the-top videos that were a cringe gold mine. But it seems like some people just base their entire online persona around this guy, this irrelevant pedophile that hasn't been on YouTube for 6 years now. There are several alt accounts I see under OBA-related videos, or even on OBA's videos themselves, called things like OBA arrested or John Tolak as a pedophile. Like, we get it. He's a pedophile. He got busted for having a ginormous amount of child pornography. This is not breaking news whatsoever, and my video breaking this news came out in August 2017. In 2 months from now, that video will be 5 years old. And yet people still go on and on about the subject like this news broke fucking yesterday. I like to make fun of the guy from time to time as well, but I don't camp under the comment section under his last video like so many people seem to still do to this day. I don't make alt accounts making fun of the situation because at that point, It's a fucking obsession. And I'm willing to bet all of these alt accounts are run by the same person who is hopelessly obsessed. Gotta keep milking that cow dry, even though it has been dry for fucking years now. If something new came out, or if he actually had the balls to return to YouTube, then I would kinda understand. But for now, it's just fucking pathetic. Oh my god, are you guys still arguing left and right? You don't see how that's being used to divide people? Someone on the right can concede healthcare for all is way better than hardline ideologies that most people don't subscribe to. Bullshit like I left the left. Fuck that. The left doesn't exist. It's a way to keep you ineffective at fighting the billionaire globalized pro-gay capitalist machine. The enemy is not the working class people. It's Jeff Bezos, Paul Singer, Klaus Schwab, Larry Fink. It's not hard, but hey, let's keep clutching pearls over nothing to make sure everyone knows how good you are. Now, overall, I do agree that billionaires are the enemy of the working class, but there's one part of this comment that is glaringly concerning. Pro-gay capitalist machine. What the fuck is that supposed to mean? This was left under my Jimmy Dore video. Surprise, surprise, I know. And this is my problem with the Jimmy Dore types. They coalesce with anyone who at the very least poses to have populist and anti-government positions, and just lunge onto those people without any questions whatsoever. That is the be-all, end-all of their political ideology. These people are good people, but just don't ask them what they think about LGBT people, or black people, or any marginalized group of people they don't like. I made a whole video about this subject some time ago, so I won't reiterate everything I said here, but I will say this. Some right-wing populists, or libertarians, or whatever the fuck else they want to call themselves, when they're really not those things, by the way, may have some shared ideas with me, but their end goals are pretty different. And big shock, many of these people hold bigoted positions. A lot of these people don't see things like capitalism as the problem, but instead it's black people, gay people, trans people, and for the most extreme types, the Jews. This is why I don't align myself with these types of people. Again, they may have some shared positions with me when it comes to things like the government and such, but when it comes to marginalized groups of people, and, social issues in general, that's where we skew very far apart. I don't think one has to have hardline political ideologies, like I'm a Marxist, I'm an anarcho-communist, to build legitimacy within the realm of politics. But when one says sus shit like saying they're fighting against the pro-gay capitalist machine, that makes me want to back away and not associate with that person and fight alongside them, because again, they may have the same shared concerns and distaste for the billionaire class like I do, but their solutions and their beliefs surrounding other groups of people are wildly different from mine, and not in a good way. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to cohabilitate with racists and transphobes and bigots in general just because they may hold some populist beliefs. And also, what a swell and totally not right-wing audience Jimmy Dore the Progressive has cultivated for himself, am I right? Michael stands for M, making, I, idiot, C, come, H, and E, eating, A, L, llama, which stands for you're a ass. Yeah, there's no topping this one, is there? That's all the stupid comments I had to respond to. Bye-bye.